did not have a teacher. They did it by themselves. Yeah, it was self-study. They just read the book by themselves. They watched, television. It's very, very difficult to learn a language by yourself. The storm blew down 2 of our trees, but the house itself was not damaged. Now here we have what we call a compound sentence. Remember I told you about compound sentences? A compound sentence, it's where we have one sentence and then we have another sentence. And we can have a compound sentence. We can have a compound sentence if the 2 thoughts are very closely related. If the 2 thoughts are very closely related and we put them together with a conjunction. So here the storm is the subject, blew down is the verb, 2 of our trees is the object. Now we have another sentence, a compound sentence joined by this conjunction, but the house, another subject, itself was not damaged. Itself refers back to house. And we use that reflexive pronoun to just give emphasis to the fact that the house was not damaged. So we use reflexive pronouns to refer back to the subject. And we can also use them to emphasize a person or a thing. To emphasize. So, I myself prepared this meal. Now what that does is, see, I usually don't cook for myself. I'm not any good at it. So, but if I prepared a meal, people would find that kind of extraordinary because I don't usually cook. So I would say, I myself prepared this meal. I'm just emphasizing the fact that I did this all by myself. You yourself should be proud of your progress in learning English. I want to emphasize the fact that you yourselves, see, I'm sort of underlining the importance of you. I'm just giving emphasis to you. You yourself should be proud of your progress in learning English. They themselves found a solution to the problem. Now, they found a solution to the problem, but they did it all by themselves. Themselves sort of gives emphasis to who found the solution. We ourselves built this house. What that means is we didn't hire anybody to do the work for us. We did it all by ourselves. Okay? So we use it for emphasis. Now, some reflexive pronouns are singular and some are plural. So the plural form of myself is ourselves. Myself, ourselves. Yourself, yourselves. Himself, themselves. So I could point to Pew as one man in the room, and I would say himself. But if I were referring to all of the men in the room, I would say themselves. Same thing with women. Herself, themselves. And itself, this is a little kind of an exception. If we were referring to inanimate objects, like let's say all of the, we go to buy a new motorcycle, and in front of the store there are like a whole 20 or 30 motorcycles. Well, if we were referring to it itself, we'd say that motorcycle itself is expensive. Or we could say the motorcycles themselves are too expensive. Themselves can refer both to a singular or to a plural with the reflexive pronoun. So singular and plural. Want to practice it? You want to go over the rule again, or are we ready for practice? Do you feel like you understand the rule? Want to practice it? Well, okay. We'll give it a try. 77. I think 77. Yeah, page 77. I'll do the first one, okay? The little girl hurt herself when she fell. Herself refers back to girl. So, let's see, where did we leave off last time? Did we leave off? I think Pip, let's start with you. If you would do number 2, and then we'll go around with Ben and Pew, okay? So you do number 2.
We protect ourselves from the David and umbrella.
Correct. Now also, I want to compliment Pip, because when she pronounced umbrella, that's a hard word for you to say, because it has the double L sound, and Pip did a very good job of pronunciating the L's. She said umbrella. What we sometimes, what I hear is sometimes we say umbrella, and that's not correct. It's umbrella. We pronounce the L's. Very good. Number 3, Ben.
The girl taught herself
To sew. And that's a tricky word. Sew, S-E-W, which, is to sew with a needle and thread. It looks like, you said it the way it looks, which is sew, S-E-W, E-W is a sew sound. But in English, we don't pronounce it that way. It's an exception. We say sew. They sound the same. And if you ask me to explain why we pronounce these the same, I don't know. It's just, we just do. It goes back to hundreds of years ago. We just do it that way. So then, number 4, Pew. Correct. Both boys taught themselves to swim, because it's plural. We've got boys as plural, so we need the plural form. We need the plural form of the reflexive pronoun. Very good. Also, I thought Pew did a very good job of pronouncing the L in themselves. Good. And so number 5. Correct. Very good. And Pramaha, suraphet, number 6.
Number 6. Children amuse themselves with the kitten.
Kitten. Correct. That's correct. You know what a kitten is? You know what a kitten is? It's a baby cat. A baby cat, kitten. And do you know the word amuse? Amuse means to entertain yourself with, to have fun with.
Make themselves happy.
Yeah. We amuse ourselves by playing with an animal. We can amuse ourselves by reading a good book. We can amuse ourselves by watching television, maybe. It's just a way of enjoying ourselves.
Make themselves happy.
Number 7, Nat.
The policeman shot himself by accident.
Correct. Number 8.
The policeman shot
No, number 8. I'm sorry.
Did you enjoy yourselves at the party last night?
Okay, now, that's correct. Very, very good. But we could also say, you could say, did you enjoy yourself? Meaning one. But the way this sentence is written, if we wanted to say, did you enjoy yourselves, we're referring to. So either one would have been correct. It's just themselves would refer to one, themselves would refer to two. Let's see, number 9, Ma. Oh, I'm sorry, Toy.
You can touch yourself with that knife if you are not careful.
That's correct. Very good. I think you're doing much better with the L sound. You're doing much better with the L sound. All of you. Okay, now Ma, your turn. I'm sorry, Toy.
I want cast ourselves that we is the same night.
Okay, now the subject is I. The subject is I. So which reflexive pronoun goes back to I? Myself. Myself. I cut myself. Okay? Yeah. If
Myself and we is the same night.
knife. That's correct. Yeah. If the